Hey guys, it's Marla at Twinstrology. Welcome back. This is the Twin Flame Divine Love Energy Report for the Pisces Full Moon. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit my website, which is twinstrology.com. Please follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology. And I want to invite all of you to Twin Flames Together, which is a workshop for Twin Flames that I'm co-hosting with Dio Veselinoff, Nagel Elshemi, and Donna Fisher. And that's going to be in Waltham, Massachusetts, October 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's about a half hour outside of Boston. If you're interested, I'm going to post a link in the comments of this video. So I hope to see you there. I look forward to meeting more of you. And I also want to thank you guys, too, for all the messages, the comments, the emails that you've sent me. Just thanking me or giving me encouragement, letting me know that my work has helped you in some way. I just want to know I really appreciate all of you taking the time who have done that. All right, so today is September 1st that I'm recording this. And the full moon's on September 6th. But the day before that, on the 5th, we have Mercury going direct. And Mercury's assisting the energy of the full moon here. Basically what we're doing right now, this period that we're going through, is we're releasing limitations in a big way. Because we're in this portal where all these timelines are shifting. Nothing's really been set. I've been speaking about this void that we're in. So we're not really sure what's coming up for us. You can sense that it's something big and it's something positive, but we're not really sure what. What we need to just continue doing is releasing limitations and expectations on what the future is going to be and how the future is going to manifest. So the first way is Mercury Retrograde, which was helping us identify one or two thought patterns that were preventing us from taking advantage of this new beginning. Some kind of thought pattern that was no longer serving us. And likely it's something that has been hanging around you for a while. Maybe you had trouble getting rid of it, or you thought you got rid of it. It was one of those things that kept coming back and kept coming back. And it likely came up for you probably around the Cancer new moon. And you've been working on it, for a while, but this last month or two, it's probably something that would not have gone under your awareness. It was something that kept kind of tapping you on the shoulder. And when Mercury stations, he's going to be stationing on the solar eclipse degree. Remember that the Sabian of that degree is a mermaid climbs the rocky shore of a bleak coast. So that Sabian is about transformation and new beginnings. And he's also trying to Uranus. And Uranus is the enabler of change. So once he goes direct, you're going to be able to release that pattern. Thank God, right? I've been dealing with something and I'm just like, when is this going to go? So I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that feel the same way that I do. So then the next day on the 6th is when we have the full moon. This is going to be at 13 degrees, 53 minutes of Pisces. Sun's in Virgo. And the full moon is also going to be helping us release limitations because the full moon is tightly conjunct Neptune. Of course, it's in Pisces as well. This Neptune Pisces, the same energy. Neptune dissolves boundaries. It takes away the limits. It's just expansion. It's the infinite universe, the infinite unconscious. So with Neptune here on this full moon, it's like anything's possible is the energy that you want to emulate. Anything is possible. Neptune represents your dream. Or your dream, I think of it as your dream, like what it is that you really want, but it's also like the dream state. And in the dream state, anything is possible. And so to take advantage of this energy, you're letting go of any sort of limits. Now the sun is in Virgo. Mars is in Virgo as well. Mars enters Virgo that day or the day before the full moon. We also have Vesta in Virgo. We're going to have Mercury in Virgo again shortly. So there's a lot of Virgo energy as well. Both the Virgo-Pisces axis is about being of service. So that will be a big theme as well. But Virgo is also about the details and taking care of the details. And I feel on that side, that's the energy that we want to be emulating. Because as things are manifesting, or as we want to allow the universe to manifest, we want to keep our energy out of it as much as possible. We want to stay focused in the now moment. And the best way to do that is to ground yourself and to, spend the time focusing on the details that will help you not start thinking too much about the future or thinking too much about the past. When you're focused on, that checklist, I have to do this, I have to do that, those things that you have to get done. That's the energy where you want to be. You want to just let things flow. Of course, Neptune and Pisces is our intuition. Our intuition is going to be expanding. And that's part of the feminine energy. And we're grounding more in the feminine energy at this time of the full moon in our bodies. But also what comes with the feminine energy here is just allowing. What's the energy I'm getting of the full moon? It's a place of surrender. And, that is Pisces. It's surrender. Now, also with Neptune, another thing that's going to be in play from that energy is Neptune wants to transcend. It doesn't want to be stuck in that which is mundane or, kind of be forced to face reality. It wants more. And so I feel like a lot of people around this time are going to be deciding they want more from their life. They want to make it better. They're not happy being where they are anymore. Now, Neptune is also about illusions. And remember a few months ago I talked about illusions are going to fall or illusions are going to crumble. I feel like this full moon is starting that energy to come in conjunction with Uranus-Jupiter opposition, which is bringing in a lot of truth. We'll begin to see what was an illusion. A few people messaged me because that message that I put out made them uncomfortable. What is the illusion? They're thinking that their whole life is an illusion, or maybe that their twin flame is an illusion. That's not really what I'm alluding to. And how this comes into play is going to be different for each person. For some people, it might be they thought they knew everything about their twin flame. They thought they knew what was going on with them and what they were thinking, and that's going to be turned on its head, and you're going to realize that you didn't know anything, that it was all some kind of made-up story that you told yourself. Some people, the illusion is going to be something around their karmic partner, and they're going to see the truth of their situation. For some people, it might be that they wake up and they begin to see that their 3D reality is an illusion and that there's a much more to the story. Some people are going to discover that, you know, hey, I've been living an illusion. I've been making myself into an illusion. I haven't been my authentic self. And that's going to be what they wake up to. And there might be something on the world stage. Well, you know, I would be willing to bet that, you know, Jupiter and Uranus are about 5 degrees apart at the time of the full moon, and they're getting closer together. And it's bound that something will come out on the world stage as far as some kind of revelation about truth somewhere. The Sabians. The Sabian symbol for the sun is finely lettered names and mysterious lines are seen. It is a family tree. Okay, so I kind of jumped ahead of myself. I should have done the moon first. But I'm also getting that there's going to be DNA upgrades coming in around the time of the full moon. Well, you know, we've been having DNA upgrades, but I think that they may intensify a little bit around the full moon. And they'll be going on a bit after. And these ones are having to do with ancestral patterns and ancestral templates or family templates. And they'll be getting cleared and purified from our DNA. As well as we're also, like I said, going to be integrating more of our feminine energy. So you want to do the usual steps that we recommend when we're going through DNA upgrades. Take care of yourself, get enough rest, eat right, drink lots of water, take salt baths, get to the sea if you can. Really, as we're in this energy, just honor your body in every way. Don't feel guilty about it. You know, if you need to take a day off of work or something like that, do it. The Sabian symbol for the moon is a woman wrapped in fox fur. Okay. Okay, so part of the energy I'm getting here is that Neptunian energy. Neptune represents glamour, and, you know, barring animal rights, furs used to be seen as glamorous. These Sabian symbols were written, you know, during the 1930s when people weren't as enlightened about these types of things. And so I'm feeling that for some people, this is representing you're projecting an image that's not the real you, and you're going to have to begin to start becoming more authentic. But I'm also feeling that it has to do with okay, I messed up, because that's the other thing I was wanting to say was you're not being your authentic self. And the glamorous part is more of wanting to transcend wanting something better. We're getting to that place where it's becoming more and more intense unless we're being our authentic self. Like, we're getting pressured big time, everybody. So where are you trying to create some kind of illusion about yourself? And moving away from that. Becoming real. When I think of, wearing a fur coat, it's like you're also like you're trying to protect yourself. I'm trying to be something that you're not, is the energy that I'm getting from that Sabian. Neptune has gone back to that Sabian we've talked about a lot, which is a sword used in many battles, is now in a museum. And that's representing the masculine energy, setting aside their ego and beginning to express more of their divine nature. Then we have Venus. Okay, so Venus is also giving me a message about change and transformation and changing something that you think or perceive around love and releasing that over the next couple weeks. Now, Venus herself is going over the degree of the eclipse. And I believe it's before the new moon, but don't quote me on that. And I didn't write it down. I just wrote down in my notes around the new moon. But she's telling me a story here. Because she's, at the time of the full moon, she's making an in conjunction to Neptune and an in conjunction to Pluto. She's forming a yod. And then opposite Venus is the asteroid Union. So to me, this energy is saying, I want to get to unconditional love so that I can get to union, but I have all this shadow stuff getting in the way of fully expressing my love. Then she's going to go on to trine Saturn. And this is going to show you what your restrictions are around love or show you what your fears are. She then sextiles Jupiter. This is giving her the desire to want to expand beyond those limitations. She's then going to make an in conjunction with Chiron. And this is going to show you past patterns and open you up to the possible changes that you need to make. Chiron's also going to help with the transmutation of heartbreak. And then lastly, when she gets to that eclipse degree, she's going to be trine Uranus. And this is going to enable her to shift and change, or for you to have some kind of shift and change around how you feel about love. I'm just thinking like it's how it's going to relate to that Pluto-Uranus opposition. And you're going to have to become more truthful in love. A lot of times we don't express our true feelings, our true emotions. Because we're afraid. And I feel like that's going to be one of the major changes for a lot of people. It's like you're getting over that fear. The more authentic you become, the less fearful you are. Because in order to become authentic, you have to continually walk through your fears. And the more you do that, the more courageous you get. The more you're not It doesn't scare you anymore. And so we're getting to that place of full authenticity. Now, at the time of the full moon, Venus is on the Sabian symbol. Cherub-like, a human soul whispers into every receptive ear, seeking to manifest. It's such a powerful Sabian about the human soul through love, wanting to manifest itself. And are you listening? Another thing Neptune represents is our intuition. And conjunct the moon, which is our subconscious. This is like our intuition, our ability to see beyond the veil is going to be very powerful. You'll be able to get those messages, but are you listening? Are you really listening to your intuition? Well, this Sabian is saying that your soul's going to be talking to you. And remember I said that Venus is opposite asteroid Union. And Union's on another Sabian about love. Two lovebirds sitting on a fence and singing happily, which is a great sign for people trying to get into union, because it's showing that the two partners are in harmony with each other. We're also going to have Vesta opposite Chiron. Well, actually, at the time of the full moon, Vesta is in almost an exact in conjunction with the South Node. Then she makes an opposition with Chiron, and then she's going to be in conjuncting Uranus. Vesta here is, the message I'm getting from her energy is that this is about purification. And she's in the sign of Virgo, and Virgo itself is about purification. Vesta, to me, is one of the co-rulers of Virgo. It has to do with the sexual energy. So, through Vesta, we're doing some purging of the past, our past timelines, those past blocks. When she opposes Chiron, this could bring up Kundalini activations, and she'll be aspecting Chiron and Uranus at the same time. All three of those represent Kundalini rising, so that's a real possibility for a lot of you. And it's the Kundalini that helps with the purification process as well. And we're working on purification of our heart, our body, and our intentions, because a lot of what we're dealing with right now is being of service. And what are your intentions for being in service? Are your intentions pure? Are you focused on your mission? Mission and soul purpose could be figuring prominently for you during that time. And how I'm seeing it is that there's a convergence of your other incarnations. You may see something or have some feeling or some knowing about your soul's purpose, and how you can see from your other incarnations how all the time this was teaching you, showing you, you were learning what you needed to so that you could take advantage of it all now. Of course, the purification process is helping us with the cleansing and purification of our DNA that we're going through. Neptune as well has to do with purification if I hadn't mentioned that. There's been a lot of talk from people about having heart activations around this energy that we've been in, and I feel with the aspects that Vesta's going to be doing, you probably have heart activations again. Vesta represents our sacred fire, which is in our heart chakra. And balancing the masculine and feminine energy, she's going to be helping us with that. It's probably going to be a lot focused around your body. So this may be a good time for you to do a detox. Take care of your body this month. We also have a yod formed with asteroid Union, asteroid Osiris, and the sun at the time of the full moon, and I feel that's representing the masculine energy stepping more into their power. And then there's also going to be a trine. Sun, trine Pluto, trine Pallas Athena. And I feel this might help some of you understand how your thoughts affect your healing, or how your thoughts affect your body, and how if we let our shadow side get out of control or kind of take over us, how it can affect our body on a physical level. So lots of interesting energy. Like I said, the most important thing to remember is you want to stay in the now. You don't want to be creating limits and expectations of how your dream is going to be coming to you. Everything's open. That's how you have to look at it. Everything's open. And don't get distracted by drama and ego games. Really do your best to control your vibration at this time. And then also, taking care of your body and doing your purification processes are also important. Remember to do your full moon ritual, which is where you're going to write down those things that you want to release and burn it under the full moon. All right, so let's talk about the cards. The goddess that's overseeing this full moon is Diana, focused intentions. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you'll make your mark. I'm just going to read this, actually. Tenacity means sticking to a decision and not allowing outside forces to sway you. Imagine yourself to be a mighty oak with your roots deeply planted into Mother Earth. Feel your solid strength and steady upward growth. Know that no matter what happens, you will succeed. Your branches may twist and turn as you flex toward the light, yet your unwavering intentions will ensure that no faint wind will sway you from your mission. Be in charge of your body, your schedule, your mind, and keep them focused on your target. Well, that is certainly the Virgo energy, to be in charge of your body, your schedule, and your mind, and stay focused on your target. Various meanings of this card. Stay positive. Know what your priorities are and take action on them. Take control of your schedule. Release all doubts. Avoid naysayers and skeptics. You know what it is you've been trying to manifest. You know you've put the intentions out there. Okay, just continue to stay focused on those intentions, meaning you're not going to go like one day you want this, one day you want something else, one day you want something else. you want to stay very focused, but you want to release the expectations, because we need to be in the most, how can I say this in the right wording? You want to be in a state of surrender is the best place to be, to have the universe create the most magic. Yet you don't want to be wishy-washy in your intentions. But nor do you want to, obsess about them. You have to trust in the universe, which means letting go of all doubts and just know that everything is coming. The overall energy of twin flame unions at the Pisces full moon. Confront. Well, this is the moon card, so it's appropriate, even though we have a new moon on there and not the full moon. But it's about confronting your shadow sign. And, that's the purification. It's confronting that shadow. It's also about illusions and seeing through some illusions. It's a great card for twins because, the twin is like your mirror reflection here. They reflect your shadow side back to you for healing. And I feel like we'll be doing a lot of healing. Don't be worried about the illusions, again, and me talking about illusions crumbling. Because one of the illusions is likely to be that you are a lot bigger and more powerful than you realize that you are. Remember when I did my Saturn retrograde video, my Saturn direct video last week, 2 weeks ago? And I talked about words being very powerful. They're continuing to be powerful because of the extreme creative force that's at flow from the universe right now. So you want to confront your shadow because you want to release your fears and doubts. Remember what Diana says. Stay focused and avoid naysayers. And you can be that naysayer. You can be your worst enemy here. So we'll definitely be doing shadow work over the next couple weeks. From the romance angels, the overall energy of union is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, this has to do with manifesting and staying positive and staying focused in your intentions. What's positive about twin unions at this time is move. So there's movement happening. There are shifts occurring. Even if you can't see that yet, keep faith and do your best to stay balanced in your energy. What is challenging for the union energy right now? Two cards that go together very well. Sadness and isolation and heart chakra. Well, our heart chakras are trying to open, but we're also dealing with a lot of sadness at the same time. And this has to do with past heartbreaks and fears. Remember what I talked about with Venus, and we're having to release something around love, some thought pattern about love. But it seems like during this energy, we're struggling to keep our heart open because we're likely to be triggered around this time. We know we're dealing with shadow stuff. And usually the shadow stuff is shown to us through triggers. And we might be dealing with some kind of heartbreak. The Divine Feminine's focus at this time is shine. This is about becoming who you are, becoming your authentic self, letting yourself shine in all your glory. And truth, being in your truth. Perhaps getting to the bottom of truth will be your focus. But the truth is, love is everything. And being our authentic self puts us in the position of being able to love fully. This card is also about manifestation and the creative force as well. So keep those intentions focused. What the Divine Feminine is projecting to the Divine Masculine right now. Throat chakra and believe and succeed. Well, I feel like you're projecting to the masculine energy an image that you're very much in control. That you know what you want, that you're creating a lot of success in your life, and that you're in tune with your intuition, and that you can speak your truth. And maybe for some of you, speaking your truth or being authentic is still a work in progress, but to the Divine Masculine, they see you as fearless. And they're wanting that. They're wanting to be that as well. And they're wishing that they could be more outspoken, more forthright. That they had as much faith as the Divine Feminine has. The card from the Romance Angels is worth waiting for. I think we had this last reading too here. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I'm sure that we did in my last reading. The same position. So Divine Feminine, you're saying that the Divine Masculine is worth waiting for. What is the Divine Feminine's biggest challenge right now? 2 cards came up. It's like these chakra cards came up along with a bunch of the other cards, and they fit so perfectly. So we have trust and third eye chakra. This is the challenge for the Divine Feminine. Having trust. Okay, this is the Fool card. Think about the Fool on the traditional tarot. He's walking off a cliff. There's nothing underneath him, and he's just taking a leap. This is what it's actually like for the Divine Feminine right now, because like with the shifting timelines and things, there's nothing solid for us to hold on to. Who knows what the future holds? No one has any idea. We kind of know it's going to be good, and that's about it. But it's hard to trust under those circumstances. And, you know, maybe you'll be faced with some truths. Maybe you'll be faced with some illusions. And still, the answer is trust. Whatever happens is happening in the highest good for you and for all. It seems like there's nothing there to catch you, but the universe is there to catch you, and it's not going to let you fall. This card is also a 0, right? It's nothing. The nothingness, the void. It's hard to have faith in nothingness. And yet, this is what we're asked to do right now. And that's where the third eye chakra comes into play. Because it's the third eye chakra that we see the bigger picture. And we don't always have to have every detail about what the bigger picture is. It's just feeling that connection, and it's knowing that the universe is there for you. And you know that nothing bad is going to happen. And our third eye is likely to be, active, very powerful right now because of that Neptune energy, and Palace is getting some activations. So you can trust what you're getting in your knowing. Well, I guess that's another message, is like exactly that. Trust your knowing as well. And how to overcome your challenge. Release. Let go of your fears. This has to do with your shadow side too. Letting go of what's holding you back. You see, he's like taking off and emerging. I want to say it's like taking off a layer of skin. That's what it looks like. It's kind of gross to say that, but it's like he's removing a layer that was not him, was not the real him, and stepping into his truth, stepping into his soul, and becoming much more powerful. So it's like, don't let your fears get the best of you right now. You know there's a bigger picture. And it's only your ego that wants to come in there and make you question the bigger picture that your heart knows is there. What the Divine Feminine is achieving right now, nurture. This is the Empress card. You are creating. You are the creative force. That's what the Empress is. The Divine Feminine in action. And it's a force of love. Unconditional love. And being in that mother role. Nurturing and caring. For the Divine Masculine, their focus right now is listen. This is actually the High Priestess card. So it's listening to your higher self. listening to your messages that you're getting? Are you listening? Again, intuition is going to be very strong with the full moon in Pisces, conjunct Neptune. I know that you are very intuitive, Divine Masculine, but I don't know how much you actually trust your messages either. So I just gave a little lecture to the Divine Feminine, but I think the Divine Masculine also has issues with trust. What the Divine Masculine is projecting to the Divine Feminine. 2 cards. The solar plexus chakra and master. All right, you guys are working on your egos a lot. That's the solar plexus. Is our ego. And it's the ego that's keeping you chained. Okay, this is the Devil card. Divine Masculine, you still have your heart locked up. You still have it in a cage. Yes, it's waking up. Yes, it's glowing. Yes, it's expanding. But you are still afraid to show it. Remember these, where union energy is right now. Sadness and isolation and heart chakra. You're still focused on the old energy. And you're afraid to let your heart be free. And that is because of the ego, your solar plexus. And it's interesting that the heart is it's got green energy around it, but inside is yellow energy. Green represents the heart chakra, yellow is the solar plexus. So, still having a hard time fully opening up to the Divine Feminine. But I feel like you guys want to be where the Divine Feminine is, which the Divine Feminine is standing in her truth. She's standing strong. She's speaking out. But, you'll get there. Yeah. The card from the Ascended Masters, playfulness. So you're wanting to be more playful with the Divine Feminine. I feel like, many of you are wanting to reach out, and yet you're letting this fear trap you. This fear is keeping you stuck. Fear of getting your heart broken or letting your heart be seen. It's funny, we have the throat chakra here. And in the last reading I did, I talked about, possibly reaching out to your Divine Masculine. And I know some of you did, and some of you messaged me and said, well, I got the same response I always got, and you were frustrated. Well, I should have clarified that you're likely to get an ego response from your twin when you reach out. Maybe I did talk about that. I can't remember. But it was more about, like, there was a reason why Spirit wanted us to do that. I'm not clear of the whole story, but it had something to do with the energetics of the situation. So even though your twin may have responded to you still with their ego, don't let that create a story in your head or an illusion in your head that nothing is changing. They are changing. They are getting more in touch with their intuition and stuff, but they're still afraid. They're still in bondage, basically. What the Divine Masculine's biggest challenge is, healing begins. It's moving on. It's challenging for them right now. They're having to let go of what they thought was their truth is turning out to be an illusion. Right? Divine Masculine. You thought you knew everything. You thought you had everything under control. And you're starting to realize that you have absolutely nothing under control. And what you thought your life was meant to be is no longer true. And just like the Divine Feminine, you know, is in that void, that 0 card. You guys are in that void too. And so part of it is in between worlds right now. Your old world is no longer resonating with you. And you don't yet know what your new world is. Like, where am I going? I know I have to make this transition, but what am I transitioning to? And you have no idea. And that's why you're still afraid to fully let your heart out, because you don't know what is there. And yet healing is beginning. And that healing is helping you, show you where to go. It's like, so you guys, you Divine Masculine, you don't need to know where you're going. You don't need to know where you're transitioning to. You just have to surrender and allow the universe to bring this shift to you. The card for how the Divine Masculine can help remove their challenge or help overcome their challenge. Moving on. So we basically have 2 cards of the same energy. This one is Swords. This is a thought. It's like you have to move on in your thoughts. And then this card is a Cup card. It's an emotional card, but it's telling you in order to move on, you've got to go within. You can't look for answers right now outside of yourself. The answers are within you, and your higher self is speaking to you. But are you listening? Okay, the cards are saying, go within and listen. This has to do with confronting your shadow. It's like that planning stage, that getting comfortable with the idea of the shift. It's like you're thinking about it and you're like, okay, you know, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can move on. Maybe I can walk away. Maybe I can create something new, or maybe there's something better for me. This is all starting in your mind. Getting rid of limitations is important for you just as much as the Divine Feminine. And we have the Chariot card here, so we know that there is movement. There's actual physical movement coming. What the Divine Masculine is achieving right now, rest and reconsider. Well, it seems like this full moon is going to be a chance for you to step back and kind of take stock of where you're at. Make sure you get rest over this time period. But yeah, the cards are saying that for you, Divine Masculine, you're looking at your life. You're looking at your life with new eyes, because you have been expanding and your perceptions are changing. So there's a lot of focus on you getting clarity, I think. You know, this is part of the truth coming out and illusions crumbling. For the Divine Masculine, you're going to... I just forgot what I said a minute ago. You're going to see your illusions, and you're going to be reconsidering things based on that. Okay, the outcome. 2 cards again. The first one is helpless and hopeless. This is the energy, like, of where the energy is, the card of where the energy is going over the next few weeks. So there's going to be some anxiety, more than likely. And the reason why is, it's again because of this no man's land that we're in. And in a way, it's making us feel trapped, because it's like you don't know where you're at. And when you don't know where you're at, you don't know where you're going or what's coming, you're in this state of confusion, which causes fear, or this state where you can't get a grip on anything. And it's almost like you can't make plans. You don't want to be making plans right now. But this is causing a lot of anxiety. But it needn't cause anxiety. You know, for me, I've been getting lots of little ideas about things I could do. You know, I can do this, I can do that. Maybe I want to do this, like different ways I want to take my mission, different things I want to do, different services I want to offer. And yet I just know it's not time. So something will come to me and I'll just say, yeah, that's a good idea. If it's meant to be, it will happen. And then I let it go. I don't focus on it. I don't start implementing it right away. Yeah, maybe that's something that I'm going to be doing in the future, and Spirit's going to let me know sometime if it is. This is how we have to live in the energy right now. Especially like until Mercury is direct and stuff. You know, really like right now is not the time to start making a lot of shifts and changes in your life. You will be shown what's going to happen. So all you want to do is just let go of the fears and doubts. What you don't want to do is say, well, that's not going to happen. That can't happen. Oh yeah, that's a great idea, but I don't know how to do that. I don't have the skills for that. You don't want to be putting that energy out there. You know, it's whatever, hey, if I'm meant to do something, then I have the skills, because Spirit is not going to give you a job that you don't have any clues about. You may not have the skills now or the knowledge now, but you will have it when the time is right. So much is just divine timing right now. The second card for where our energy is going is lead. So we're being set up to take more of a leadership role. And we're in a real initiation process. And everyone is going through this process, everyone on the planet. And it's up to us as well to be leaders for other people. Just to help guide them, even if it's in the smallest way. Gosh, even just, some of the things that you post on Facebook, it can inspire or help people. Stand in your power. Don't let your insecurities have you give your power away somewhere, to the situation or to another person. Retain your strength and stay in control of your vibration. I'm just getting that it's going to be like, I think it'll be soon that we'll be asked to take action. And right now, continuing to evolve into our authentic selves and finding our inner strength is the most important thing that we can work on, so that when things start to happen, we're prepared for it. The last card, the outcome card from the Romance Angels. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I don't think I even need to say anything about that card. I think it's probably the best card to end this energy report on. It's what it's all about right now. Trusting. And I think, like I said, most of you know that the change that's coming is positive because you can feel it in your heart. And it's exciting to think about, well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to project too far in the future. But we know and we can be excited that good things are in store for us. All right, thank you so much, guys. I love you, and I will talk to you in a couple weeks.